Destiny really carried this entire episode, and it showed from the very beginning. The moment everything started, you could feel that this was not going to be a regular episode. It felt deeper, more emotional, and more real than what we have been getting for a long time. Destiny arriving in Detroit was not just another trip or another group scene. This was something personal, something that had history, pain, and a lot of unanswered questions behind it. When she woke up the next morning with her sister Paula, you could already sense that emotions were sitting right at the surface. Paula, being her younger sister and never having met their mother before, made the situation even heavier. This was not just a reunion, this was a first-time connection for some of them, and that changes everything. The story about their mother, Rhonda Jo, added even more layers to everything. Knowing that she had 8 children and only raised 2 of them before they were taken away already tells you how complicated this situation is. Destiny and her brother had different paths after that. He went to live with their grandmother, and she went to live with her father in Huntsville. The rest of the siblings were placed in different homes, but Destiny made it clear that they were good homes. Even with that, it does not remove the feeling of separation. It does not take away the fact that these are siblings who grew up without knowing each other. That kind of distance stays with you, even if life turns out okay. When Tisha and Kimmy came to check on Destiny, it felt like a real moment of support. They were not being messy, they were not gossiping, they were simply there for her. They asked her how she felt, and you could tell that Destiny was trying to stay strong, but she was emotional. She was not excited the way people expect someone to be in a reunion like this. Instead, she was nervous, unsure, and maybe even a little scared of what was about to happen. That is real. Not every reunion is full of hugs and smiles. Sometimes it is full of questions and fear. As the group got ready to go to Pontiac, Michigan, the energy shifted again. Now it was time to face the family. Walking into that big venue and seeing so many relatives for the first time must have been overwhelming. Cousins, aunts, grandparents, siblings, people who share your blood but feel like strangers. That is not easy to process. The moment with the grandmother, Mrs. Sears, stood out in a powerful way. Hearing that she had been searching for her grandchildren for years, posting online, leaving her number, hoping someone would reach out, that shows a level of love and determination that is rare. She did not give up, and because of that, the family was finally coming together. Destiny finding all her siblings and continuing to search until she reached them shows her strength. That was not something she had to do, but she chose to. It shows that family matters to her, even after everything that happened. But not everyone felt the same way. Her brother Jesse made it clear that he had no interest in meeting their mother. That moment was important because it showed another side of this situation. Not everyone wants closure. Not everyone feels the need to reconnect. For some, the pain is too deep, or the decision has already been made that they are better off without that relationship. When it came time to meet Rhonda Jo, everything became very real. The way she walked in, calm and almost distant, was not what many expected. It did not feel warm or emotional. It felt almost like she was meeting people she had seen recently, not children she had been separated from for years. That alone created a strange energy in the room. Paula, meeting her mother for the first time, deserved a moment that felt special, but instead it felt awkward and disconnected. When Rhonda Jo spoke, it was clear she did not know what to say, but at the same time, she did not seem to try very hard to connect either. The moment she told Paula about her father passing away came off as insensitive. It was too direct, too cold, and not something you say without care, especially in a first meeting. Destiny noticed that immediately, and you could see the frustration building. It was like she wanted her mother to show some kind of emotion, some kind of understanding, but it just was not there. The way Rhonda Jo spoke to the other children also felt distant, like she was talking to strangers instead of her own kids. That lack of connection was hard to watch. At the same time, you could see that Destiny and her mother did have some kind of connection, even if it was complicated. Their back and forth showed that there was history there, something deeper than what she had with the others. But even that connection was filled with tension. When Destiny asked her mother if she had anything to say, the response she got was unexpected. Instead of expressing feelings, her mother turned the question back on them. That moment showed a lack of accountability and emotional awareness. Things got even more uncomfortable when Rhonda Jo brought up money and the show. Saying that Destiny could buy her a house and she would pay for it herself was not the right moment for that conversation. It made everything feel transactional instead of emotional. Destiny had already been worried about how her mother would act on camera, and this moment proved her fears were valid. It crossed a line, and Destiny was not willing to accept that. She stood up for herself and called out the behavior, making it clear that she was not going to deal with entitlement. That moment where Destiny walked away was powerful. It showed growth, boundaries, and self-respect. She did not let the situation turn into something worse. She removed herself before it could get more toxic. That is not easy to do, especially in a moment that is already so emotional. It showed that she has learned how to protect her peace, even when it comes to family. On the other side, the scenes with Maurice, Marcal, and their father added another layer to the episode. Their excitement to see Uncle Rick compared to their reaction to their own father said a lot without needing many words. You could feel the difference in respect and connection. Uncle Rick represented something positive, something they looked up to, while their relationship with their father seemed more complicated. When their father opened up about his past, including being incarcerated, it gave context to the distance in their relationship. Hearing him say that he felt like he was in a relationship without relating was a deep statement. It showed that he recognized his absence, even if it was too late to fully fix things. His realization that work had taken priority over family was something that connected to what has been said before in therapy sessions. Kimmy, picking up on everything and asking questions, showed that she was trying to understand the situation fully. She wanted to know how long it took for him to come to that realization, and that question had meaning behind it. It was not just about him, it was about Maurice, too. It was about whether people can really change without going through something major. The comparison between the father and the sons was clear. The patterns were there. Being absent, focusing on work, missing important moments, these things do not just appear out of nowhere, they are learned behaviors. Seeing that connection helped explain a lot about how Maurice and Marcal act in their own lives. The final conversation between Destiny and her mother outside was another emotional moment. Destiny tried again to connect, to communicate, to express her feelings. But the misunderstanding about a promise showed that they were not on the same page at all. It felt like they were having two different conversations. Destiny expressing love and not receiving it back was painful to watch. It is one of those moments that reminds you how important emotional validation is, especially between a parent and a child. When her mother told her to show love better, it felt unfair. Destiny had already been trying, already opening herself up, and to be told that it was not enough was hurtful. Bringing up her father in a negative way was another line that should not have been crossed. Destiny made it clear that she would not allow that, and that boundary was important. At the end of it all, you could see that Destiny still wanted a relationship. That desire does not just go away, no matter how complicated things are. But at the same time, she seemed to understand that it might never be what she hopes for. Accepting that reality is one of the hardest things a person can do. This episode stood out because it was real. It was not just drama for entertainment. It was about family, pain, healing, and boundaries. Destiny showed strength, vulnerability, and growth, all at the same time. That is why she was the standout. She carried the emotional weight of the episode and gave viewers something meaningful to watch. Even with the smaller moments, like the conversation between Trish and Ken, you could see underlying tension. The way she kept talking over him made it seem like there was something being hidden or avoided. It added another layer of curiosity, even if it was not the main focus. Overall, this episode reminded everyone why people watch in the first place. It brought back the depth that had been missing. It showed real stories, real emotions, and real growth. And at the center of it all was Destiny, navigating one of the most personal journeys we have seen in a long time.